Today's an excellent day as Haute Living and Haute Time are guests in beautiful Paris as guest of Piaget. And now we're in Paris with the CEO of one of the most powerful watch and jewelry brands in the world. We talk about Piaget. Before we get into the technical and more about the company, I want to understand on your perspective is what makes the brand so special. I mean, Piaget is a global brand. When you think of Piaget, you think luxury. And tell us what makes the brand so special in this world.
First, I think the brand today is one thing which is quite unique if you think about it. We are both a great watchmaker and a great jeweler. We're a great watchmaker. That's what we've been doing since 1874. We started by doing movements, and in fact until the mid-40s we only sold movements to the best watch company around the world. It's only then that we started doing our own products, and around the early 1960s we bought a lot of gold factory, and we started crafting jewelry. Before we were doing the movements, and then we decided that we would do the whole watch, the case, the bracelet, and that was a dramatic change. So we became also great jewelers. Every watch and every piece of jewelry that we make is in gold, platinum, or precious metals. There's only one exception for one of the watch, which is in titanium, just because in terms of ergonomy, it was the best thing to do. And Piaget today, I think, has been the master, not only in developing and manufacturing very thin movements, this is obviously our specialty, but we're also able to do the case, the bracelet, and this for watches, but also for the medium and high jewelry. And today, I must say, I'm very proud to say that whenever you buy a Piaget watch, you're buying the whole thing. Every movement that I used is made in Hôtel. Another great feature I think about Piaget is the level of creativity. You know, we probably sell every year around 24,000 watches in 400 different references, which means that really when you buy the watch, the chance that someone else has exactly the same watch or the same dial is quite remote. And I think this is also what people that buy luxury are looking for: uniqueness and products that really have their own identity.
Tell us a little about the team that you've assembled and how you believe your brand competes with some of the most powerful diamond and jewelry brands such as Harry Winston, such as Graf, and other Richemont brands like Van Cleef and Cartier. So tell us what makes the Piaget jewelry team and brand so special for our readers.
Obviously the philosophy, when you talk about Piaget versus competition, we have a philosophy which is, I think, quite different. For a lot of the very established jewelers, the talking piece in a necklace, for example, or a ring is going to be the stone itself. For Piaget, we look much more at the creative approach. So when you look at the collection, you're going to find that it's highly creative, very different. Each object is different than the other. And then obviously there are some wonderful stones, but the stones is definitely never the center of the story. And this is a different philosophy, probably, as if you were going to compare with Graf or Harry Winston, where the central stone or the stones are probably the key talking point of the piece.
Why you feel it's important to have two different factories and kind of almost separate the team when they have two different philosophies of thinking. As you know, one factory doesn't have computers, they're working mainly in a mountain with not any distractions, and then the other factory has computers, is more technology advanced, and you speak to the people, they're much different, but they all have one common goal in creating the best watches in the world. So tell us a little about, as the leader, what the reasoning for that is.
You describe it very well. I think there are, again, two different type of people, two different philosophy, which obviously are complementing each other. You know, whenever I go to La Hôtel today, what strikes me is it's like nothing changed for the last century. It looks like, everything is there that it used to be. The furniture, even the people. When you go in Geneva, obviously the architecture of the building says it all. It's much more modern. Geneva, obviously, as a city, is completely open to the world. People are much more extroverted. And I think that's what makes the company powerful. Mixing people, mixing philosophies, and making sure that really both strengths come together instead of fighting one against the other. I think I say the product is the star, and the people that make the product obviously are the great people that make it possible.
I read that the Emperado skeleton was your choice of watch, and today I'm seeing another watch. Tell us a little about this piece and about the Emperado skeleton. What makes both of these watches special?
In general, I love skeleton because I think it puts both aspects of Piaget forward. Piaget the watchmaker and Piaget the jeweler. I think those watches are to die for, and the one that we launched, the Altiplano skeleton, is obviously my favorite because skeleton, normally you see very chiseled movement, and there we were able to do a watch that is so incredibly contemporary. And I think that's what people want today. They want tradition, and obviously they also want modernity. The one I wear is, in fact, absolutely perfect so for what you said before. It's a unique dial that we do for each employee when they are more than 10 years with the company.
Oh, wow.
We give them this watch, and this is why I like to wear it, because it shows to myself and to my people that people are just what matters the most in Piaget, and this is our philosophy.
Well, sir, I want to thank you for having us as your guest in Geneva and understanding more about your brand, also in Paris. And I can tell you you're a class act, and Piaget is very lucky to have you as the leader of the company. And thank you so much for giving us insight on the brand and a little more about the future of the brand. So thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.